Hey, first and second graders, can you believe it? Week 3 already. It's kind of interesting. Had a couple of kids comment that they were a little curious about my house, my family, so I decided to change things up a little bit. This is the wall of weddings. I have 3 sons. They're all married to wonderful girls, and this is just the various pieces of my life, and I love it. I love being their mom. I love being the not mother-in-law, and I love being the nana to 2 amazing little girls. Let's dive in and see what's going on with our newest book, The Bard of Avon. What a strange title. I want to ask you about a couple of things before we get into the learning, teaching thing. Tell me about last week. How did it go? Did any of you finish your paintings yet? You know the rule. I never ever ask you to do something I'm not willing to do myself. Mine's a work in progress, but guys, my life is a work in progress, so should be used to that by this age. This is a work in progress. You know why this is a little bit embarrassing to me? First of all, Miss Pamela might catch wind of this. Second of all, I'm married to an artist. I didn't even show this to him. You'll get to see some of his work a little bit later on. This is my mountain adventure. This is actually where one mountain meets another mountain. Just trying to get some texture into it, and we'll see if I can't get this done for you, okay? So I want to see yours. Guys, I want to give you a great reminder about something. I want you to know that anytime you do something extraordinary or even just regular, but you're still proud of it, and you would like to, you can send that to the Discovery Homeschool and Enrichment page, to the parent page. And those things can be posted where all of your friends will be looking at those things and commenting. And I keep seeing some of these things, and every time I see a child's face pop up, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I missed that one. I forgot how much I missed Annabella. I forgot how much I've missed, so many different children. I keep seeing Phoenix popping up all over the place, and it's really kind of cool. It makes me smile, and we would love for you guys to post anything that you're doing. It doesn't even have to be writing. It can be any of the other things that you're doing. How many of you guys have gone on a Flat Stanley adventure? What kind of stuff is he doing? I've been missing Flat Stanley too. If I saw Flat Stanley popping up on Facebook, I'm not even sure what I would do. I think that there's some great stories to be told right now, so don't forget this guy. And my little first and second graders, are you guys still writing in your journals? Are you getting help from your parents, or are you just doing it on your own? Because that book is actually for them. Don't tell them, but that book is for them. I want them to get to enjoy how much you've changed as a writer and some of the different things that you've been learning. I'm proud of you guys, and I think that they would be too. How many of you guys went out on your little walk? Don't judge. I didn't go on my walk. I haven't had time to go on a walk. I want you guys to continue on. If you've done any of those sentences and the descriptions that we worked on, from the things that you went on to walk, the things that you saw, and the things that you wrote about, how fun would it be? I mean, I just saw Annabella this morning, and she was reading about honeybees, which makes me so excited to know that you guys are learning about honeybees, because back in the day, Miss Janet was a beekeeper. And that's been a while ago, but I have some funny stories to tell about Miss Janet in her little bee hat, my helmet, my net, my little white suit. It's kind of interesting stuff. All right, so forget all of that. I want you guys to jump now into our brand new book, The Bard of Avon. Anybody know what the Bard of Avon is? What that means? I guess I should have said who the Bard of Avon is. In old times, a bard was not just a poet or a master poet like we would think about it now. Back in the days of kings and queens and nobility and people of great wealth, you remember they didn't really have printing presses and different things like that, and so they would hire somebody that was a gifted writer. Remember, guys, there's writing jobs out there. This one is a little bit different. The bard was usually hired to write glowing reviews. If you've ever heard somebody that was a movie critic, if they gave a glowing review, that meant that they thought that the movie that they had seen or the play that they had just seen was a really great thing, and they would suggest that you go and see it. That's what a glowing review is. It's all about high praise and great works and things that are just, just a fabulous way of telling somebody how wonderful they are. But the deal is, if you were being paid by nobility, would you write bad things about them? Or would you only write glowing reviews? You guys are going to get a chance to write a glowing review a little bit later. Shakespeare became known as the most famous playwright, and I'm sure that Miss Jody has gone over some of this with you, but one of the things that he was famous for was that he had a really great way with words. A lot of times when you think about Shakespeare, you don't really think about him as a rhyming type poet. A lot of times when you think about poetry, you figure everything has to rhyme, and for today, that's what you're going to be doing. But the Bard of Avon that you're reading about is so much more. His words were deep and made you think quite a bit. And he also doesn't write with words that we use too often anymore. When you think about one of the plays that he did, The Taming of the Shrew, doesn't really make any sense unless you know what a shrew is. That's one of your assignments. I want you guys to find out what a shrew is. Ask your mom and dad to maybe help you look it up on the internet or in a dictionary or an encyclopedia of some kind, whether it's online or you still have the nice hardback covers. I don't even have those anymore. But you can look through those. I'd like you to find out what a shrew is. And if you tame a shrew, what does that mean? All right? Now, what about the word glowing? I looked that up in the dictionary, and I had a really hard time finding a definition that was really going to speak to first and second graders, because it had so much to do with light and how warm light would be, or if it was like heart kind of warmth or warm words. So this is kind of where we're having to go with this. It says that it emits a warm feeling when read. So if you read about Little Miss Muffet, and she sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Do you care too much about that? It all rhymes, but does it sound like Little Miss Muffet is, kind of a little fancy pants kind of thing? Does that make you feel warm towards her? If you repeated the rest of that poem, what would you think about Little Miss Muffet? Are those glowing words? How about exuberant? That's usually an over-the-top kind of response. Like, they just can't say enough nice things about this person. How about an excited storytelling? That's kind of the eyebrows up storytelling. Sometimes when people get their eyebrows up a little bit high, that's like, what are they so stinking excited about? How about it's really high praise of someone? Maybe your mom is the best mom. She is a hardworking mom. She is a diligent teacher. She is just fabulous in all that she does. And then every once in a while she has a bad day. Hopefully that's how all of our moms are. And we have a tendency to go really strong, and then when we get a bad day, it's like, whoa, you don't undo everything that was ever written about mom just because she has one bad day. But when you're the Bard of Avon and the royalty that you're writing about has a bad day, that's not going in print, right? All right, guys. I am going to be sending this to your parents so that you can print this out. Hopefully you can see it a little bit. I've got places here where you can write 5 words, and I'll tell you what these are in just a minute. When you get this, you're going to write, first you're going to choose your subject. Will it be your mom, your dad, a grandparent, a neighbor, your dog, whatever? You're getting ready to write some glowing words that would describe that person or that subject. So 5 glowing words to describe them. Here's your challenge. In the column right beside it, it says to write whoa, slow down. It says to write a rhyming word for this word. So if you wrote, my mom is gorgeous, I have a really hard time thinking of a word that rhymes with gorgeous. Enormous, but you don't want to use that one. So you might want to back your words down just a little bit. Even though your heart may want to say that she's gorgeous, maybe you're just going to have to say that she's pretty. And a rhyming word might be witty. There's a lot of different kinds of words that you can put together, okay? So I'm going to challenge you guys with this to write a few sentences using your glowing words and your matching rhyming word. I got to show you something here. Some of you know that I have a children's book that I'm working on. Not finished yet. Yes, I just rolled my own eyes at my own self. It's not finished yet, but it's the story of the Queen of Shabby. And the Queen of Shabby is actually just the clumsy, not so glamorous, not so lovely, shabby younger sister of the beautiful Queen of Sheba. You know, everybody's going to have one of those sisters, one of those people, and even though we try not to compare ourselves to each other, sometimes we just don't feel like we measure up. And I was pretty much shabby when I was a young girl, and I did have an elegant older sister. But this story just speaks to my heart, and I'm going to give you just a little bit of a description of who Shabby is. And I'll let you see how the words have worked together, because again, I never ask you to do anything that I won't be willing to do and share with you myself. So this is written of Shabby, and it's very short, and then I'll read you one more thing about the kingdom that she lives in. Her hair's a bit mussed, and her shoes a bit scuffed. She's a little bit late, but her heart knows her fate. He's my dad, and I know that he'll wait. She's pretty confident that even though she's running late to see the king, her daddy, she still knows he loves her and he's going to wait. Let me describe her kingdom to you a little bit. Our kingdom is small, but beyond our great wall are cities of silver and gold, grand kings and fair queens with treasures untold, but there is one who is Lord over all. Can you guess where Shabby's going to end up one day and who she's going to meet one day, and how that she will find out that you can still stay a little shabby, because there's a lot of other little shabby hearts that you're going to have to meet. And sometimes the places that we come from help us to reach back to the people that may be stuck in similar situations. And that's the story of the Queen of Shabby. I can't wait to get that finished. It means I need to pick up my pencil or my tablet again and get going. So let's tell you about today's project. Inside your pouch, that little plastic, you found a couple of shapes that look like this. Not too bad, right? Got any idea what this might be? Well, when you overlay it on your different flavors of construction paper that I sent with you, you may end up with an orange popsicle, complete with a stick. Okay? On the front, you can tell us who you're going to describe. There's not a lot of room inside of here, so you're going to want to sharpen your pencils and do a really nice job with your writing. On the inside, you can just write some of your glowing words and your rhyming words. If you want a real challenge, second graders, I'm really talking to you guys. If you can put those glowing words and rhyming words together in a sentence and write several of them across your poetry popsicle, that would be a really nice thing to give to whoever it was that you have written to. This is a really simple thing. You're going to take the shapes that I gave you. There is white cardstock in there for you to do on the inside of these. There is construction paper, and if you notice, the popsicle stick is actually just glued in between a couple of the layers on one side, okay? Make sure that when you're looking at your popsicle stick, it's going to open up just like a book would, okay? All right, guys. So again, listen, if you do a fabulous job or even just an okay job, I still want to know how great you're doing. And I would love it if you would start posting some of those things to the Discovery Homeschool page. Miss Kay gets all goofy about it. She thinks it's, oh, she gets so excited. So let's just go make her day, okay? All right, I love you guys. 2 more weeks, kids. Man, this is getting kind of intense. I love you. I will see you soon. Hang tough. Get your work done. Bye, guys.